Welcome back to the RYOKO Show. Today, we are talking about something that's both powerful and something very uncomfortable. Identity shifts. What it means to become the version of you who can actually live the life you dream about. And the big truth is, you can't create a new life while clinging to the old version of yourself. Your old identity, the habits, beliefs, fears, and stories you've been telling yourself may be the very thing quietly keeping you stuck, even when you desperately want to move forward. So in this episode, I'll walk you through what identity really means, why it matters so much, how it holds you back without you realizing it, and how to shift into a new version of yourself step by step. So let's get started. What is identity really? Identity is how you see yourself. It's your inner self-image, the thoughts and beliefs you carry about who you are and what's possible for you and what you think you deserve. Your identity is made up of many layers. Your beliefs, like I'm smart or I'm not good enough. Your value, what matters most to you. Your habits, what you do without thinking. And the role you play, like parent, partner, leader, artist. Maybe you see yourself as a helper, a problem solver, or someone who always struggles with consistency. Whatever you believe about yourself, you will tend to live out, even if it's not helpful anymore, and even if it's not something you want. Think of identity like an operating system. It runs quietly in the background, shaping every thought, feeling, and action. You don't even have to think about it. It just happens. It's so automatic. That's why change can be so hard. Let's say you want to get up earlier and start a morning routine. But deep down, you still see yourself as not a morning person. And guess what happens? You hit snooze, feel guilty, and repeat that cycle. Not because you don't want it, but because your identity is still stuck in the old version of you. I've lived this myself. For a long time, I believed I couldn't work for myself. My identity was an employee. I told myself things like, I need a stable job, or I'm not just that kind of person who can run their own business. Even when people are telling me to start something, I refused that idea because I deeply believed that I was an employee. But that belief wasn't about what I could or couldn't do. It was just about who I thought I was. When I started embodying a new identity and shift the story from being employee to being my own boss, I began saying things like, I'm someone who is learning to create a new path and learning to build a business. And everything began to change. I started thinking differently, exploring new possibilities, and trusting myself a little more. And slowly, I became that kind of person I never thought I could be, someone creating a life on their own terms. So the truth most people miss is you can't just want a better life. You have to become the person who lives that life now. Let's say you want to feel more peaceful and grounded, but your inner story is still, I'm always anxious. I'm not good at slowing down. That story will keep pulling you back no matter how many calming tools you try. Real lasting change happens when you update your identity. And it's not about pretending. It's about choosing to think, speak, and act as someone who is becoming more calm, even in small ways. It's a process and it's not a switch you flip. Every time you pause to breathe before reacting, speak kindly to yourself, set boundaries, or take mindful break, you are saying to your brain, this is who I am now. Over time, those moments become your new default. A simple shift like changing from I am on a diet to I am someone who honors my body can transform your actions because it feels more true and lasting. Now let's talk about resistance because you will feel it when you want to change identity. Because for your mind, it's like your old part of you is dying, so your mind will resist to your new identity. Your brain is wired for safety and not for success. And to your brain, the familiar feels safe. even it's painful, outdated, or keeping you small. So when you start to change, your brain might panic a little bit. Wait, this is new. What if we fail? Let's just go back to what we know. Your brain doesn't like change because it's hard to predict things in the unknown territory. That's why identity shift can feel really uncomfortable and challenging. It's not a sign that you are doing it wrong. It's a sign you are growing. This resistance can show up as procrastination, negative self-talk, fear of visibility, even physical tension in your body. So here is what to do instead of judging yourself. Get curious. Ask, what part of me is afraid of this change? What story is playing in my mind right now? Awareness gives you the power to respond instead of reacting. Here is a simple 4-step guide to shifting your identity. 1. Get awareness of the stories you are telling yourself. Write down your most common I am statements. I am disorganized. I'm not consistent. I'm too emotional. These are identity statements and may be outdated. 2. Ask yourself, is this still true? Do I want to keep believing this? Just because you being that way doesn't mean you have to stay that way. 3. Start showing up as the new you in small ways, even if it feels awkward, even if you are not 100% sure. If you want to be confident, speak up a little bit more. Practice good posture. Make eye contact more. These are the behaviors of a confident person, and when you practice them, your brain rewires itself. 4. Use affirmations and mantras that support your new self. For example, I'm becoming more focused each day. I am building healthy habits that feel good. I am worthy of showing up fully. Read your affirmation first thing in the morning and before going to bed. That's when your subconscious mind can easily accept your new identity. Repetition helps build your new identity. If you want to speed up your identity shift, look at your environment. Your identity is shaped not just by what you think, but by the people you spend time with, the space you're in, the content you consume. So ask yourself, do my surroundings support the version of me I want to become? If not, it's time to make small, intentional changes. You don't need to cut people out or throw away everything overnight. Just begin to add in what uplifts you. Join a group, follow inspiring voices, spend time with people who believe in your growth. Even sometimes as simple as changing your playlist or screensaver can send powerful signals to your brain about who you are becoming. Shifting your identity is not a straight line. You will have days when you slip into old habits, and that's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't give up. Instead, remind yourself, this is part of the journey and I am still becoming. Track your process in journal and celebrate small wins. Honor the moments when you made a different choice, even if it felt tiny. These small shifts, when repeated, become powerful transformation. So before we close, here's something you can do today. 1. Pick one area you want to grow in: health, confidence, relationship, or work. 2. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to live that new version of life? What would that version of me believe? How would they act, speak, decide, dress? 3. Write it all down. Make it detailed. Bring it to life. 4. Then take one small action today as that version of you. Even if it's as simple as drinking more water, going to bed early, exercising more, or speaking kindly to yourself, do something that matches who you are becoming. The truth is, you don't become your new self someday. You become them by practicing it starting from today. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know someone who is ready to grow, share this episode with them. Identity shifts aren't easy, but they are worth it. They are how we become who we are meant to be. So take your time, be kind to yourself, and trust that your new life is waiting. the moment you say yes to becoming the next version of you. Remember, you've got yourself. Until next time, keep shining.